I wanted to give you a full walkthrough and review about what we think about the Capital One money account for kids and teens. Let me start with a walkthrough on what the mobile app looks like from the adult perspective. You're going to go into your App Store or Play Store and look for the Capital One app. And it's the same app that you use for any Capital One account. And I can see both my kids' account and my Capital One 360 account. So we'll go into my daughter's money account and see what it looks like. I can see how much money she has as spendable and how much is in her set aside or her savings amount. And then I can send or take money out of her account, and sending money is really simple. If I send it from a Capital One account, it's going to be instant, and if I send it from an external account, it's going to take 2 to 3 business days. Then I can see that she has a savings goal set up, and as you can see, I set a $10 reward. If she reaches her savings goal, I'm promising that I'm going to send her $10. It'll send me a reminder once she reaches that goal. Then I can see how much money has come in and out of her account during the month. And then I'll see a list of transactions. I know a lot of people are curious how much detail you can see in the transactions. You can see here that she spent money at Target, but I can't see what she spent money on. It could have been a video game, could have been food, I don't know. I just know she spent money at Target. And then you can set up a recurring allowance. You can set it to send once a month, once a week, and any amount. And again, you can use a Capital One account or external account. I'm also able to do a mobile check deposit for her, and I can turn off her debit card if needed. So you saw what it looks like from the parent side. Let's take a look at what it looks like from the child side. You can see their spendable money and what they have set aside. And then she got a message that I added a $10 reward for her savings. She can also request money or deposit a check mobily. And then she can see all of her transactions. She's also able to lock her own card. So this is really useful if she lost her card. She knows how to lock it. She can also set up direct deposit if she's working a regular job. And she can do an automatic set aside, which is sort of like a automatic savings. The account also comes with a debit card, and you can use that to spend at a store just like any other debit and credit card. My daughter loves the independence of being able to use her debit card anywhere. And by the way, she gets a debit card, but I do not get one as a parent. It's only for the teen. You can also use the debit card to use at ATMs. They have a large number of free ATMs that you can use for withdrawing cash. The Capital One ATMs are only in a few select cities, so most of us are only going to have access to withdrawing cash at ATMs. The app has a nice ATM finder so you can find what's near you. Most of them are in Target stores, drugstores, gas stations. We used a bank that was listed in the app, and it did say on the ATM that there might be a $3 charge for people who weren't customers of that bank, but there was no charge. It was definitely free for Capital One customers. So let's talk about some of the negatives of the Capital One money account. One is that there's no easy way to deposit cash directly into the money accounts. You can deposit cash into Capital One 360 accounts, which are the ones for adults, at CVS stores. For my kids, I have to put it in my own account and then transfer it into theirs. It's not a big deal, but it's a little inconvenient. There's also no really easy way to instantly transfer money back and forth unless you're using a Capital One account. When I first signed up for the Capital One money account, I thought that we were going to get access to Zelle, but it turns out that was only a beta feature and they haven't activated it on all the accounts. So we do not have Zelle on our accounts. So what my kids use instead is they have Step accounts. Step is sort of like Venmo, but designed for teenagers, and it also comes with a card. I have a review of the Step app that I'll include at the end of this video, but it allows you to send money back and forth really quickly. Another disadvantage to the Capital One money account is it is technically a joint account between one parent and one child. So if you have multiple parents who want to be able to manage the money with their kids, it is only for the one parent and the one child. But you can send money back and forth with the other parent in lots of different ways. You could set up the Capital One money account as an external account on the other parent's checking account, so then they can send a bank transfer that way. Or if the other parent has the Step app, they could send money back and forth that way. But there are lots of really positive things about the Capital One money account. It is one of the only teen checking accounts that is completely fee-free and does not require the parent to open up another account of their own. It has a really nice app, and it allows kids as young as 8 years old, which is great because I have a 12-year-old who wanted an account of his own, and many of the other teen accounts start at age 13. The Capital One money account does also earn interest. It only earns a tiny amount of interest, but considering most other teen accounts charge you a fee to use them, the fact that there's no fees and it pays you a little bit of interest, that's great. If you want to see how the Capital One money account stacks up to other debit card options for teens, check out my video about the best fee-free debit cards for kids next.